Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktavrinda ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Om Gyan Timirandhasya Nirmanjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavascha Shri Guru Sadhujanam Sujim Sadhutam 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 Krishna Chandra Shri Krishna Sadhutam Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Vedanta Srivasadiga Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Vinacham Hare Kripadam Vande Shivam Shri Chaitanya Shivam Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Namaste Pracharini Namaste Shrimati Vaśyadya Veshatari Shaktika Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 32, Verse number 7. Suryadvarena te yanti Purusham Vishwatomukam Paravarisham Prakritim Ashyo Patyanta Bhavana Suryadvarena te yanti Purusham Vishwatomukam
Purusham Vishwatomukam
Paravarisham Prakritim Asyo Patyanta
Bhavanam
Suryadvarena te yanti Purusham Vishwatomukam
Paravarisham Prakritim
Asyo Patyanta
Asyo Patyanta Bhavanam Suryadvarena te yanti Purusham Vishwatomukam Paravarisham Prakritim Asyo Patyanta Bhavanam
Suryadvarena te yanti Purusham Vishwatomukam Paravaresham Prakritim Ashyutapati Ananta Bhavanam.
Suryadvarena to the path of illumination. They approach Purusham, the personality of Godhead. Vishwataha Mukham, whose face is turned everywhere. Para Avara Isham, the proprietor of the spiritual and material worlds. Prakriti, the material cause. Asya, of the world. Utpatti, of manifestation. Anta, of dissolution. Bhavana, the cause. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. To the path of illumination, which is described as Surya Dwarena, such liberated persons approach the complete personality of Godhead, who is the proprietor of the material and spiritual worlds, and is the supreme cause of their manifestation and dissolution. Purport. The word Surya Dwarena means by the illuminated path, on through the sun planet. The illuminated path is devotional service. It is advised in the Vedas not to pass through the darkness, but to pass through the sun planet. It is also recommended here that by traversing the illuminated path, one can be freed from the contamination of the material modes of nature. By that path, one can enter into the kingdom where the completely perfect personality of Godhead resides. The word Purusham Vishvatomukham means the Supreme Personality of Godhead who is all perfect. All living entities other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead are very small, although they may be big by our calculation. Everyone is infinitesimal, and therefore in the Veda, Supreme Lord is called the Supreme Eternal amongst all eternals. He is the proprietor of the material and spiritual worlds, and the supreme cause of manifestation. Material nature is only the ingredient because actually the manifestation is caused by his energy. The material energy is also his energy. Just as the combination of father and mother is the cause of childbirth, so the combination of the material energy and the beings of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause of the manifestation of the material world. The efficient cause is therefore not matter, but the Lord Himself. Once again, the translation. Through the path of illumination, such liberated persons approach the complete personality of Godhead, who is the proprietor of the material and spiritual worlds, and is the supreme cause of their manifestation and dissolution. So this chapter is called again Lord Kapila's teaching to Mother Devabhuti. This chapter is called the based on karma, the fruitive activities. There are two kind of people. Some do sakama karma and some do nishkam karma. Sakama karma, those who do their duty with attachment to some results, they are called sakama karmis. In the beginning, Lord Kapila says that those people, they go to moon planet to enjoy the somaras, and then after their tenure is over, and then they come back to the earthly planet. And then Lord Kapila says, but those planets are also dissolved when the universe is dissolved. So we have to go there because everything in this universe is temporary, they come back. So not very encouraging. Then those who are Nishkam Karmis, they go through the Surya Dware. Dwar means gate, and Surya Dwar means they go through the gate of sun. Like Prabhupada says, the path of illumination. Such people approach the complete personality of God. According to Bhagavad Gita, also, like Prabhupada says, Vedas explain that one should pass through the sun and not through the darkness. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also explains some people leave their body, the mystic yogi especially, they leave their body in the sun and some live in the darkness. Those who live in the light, they attain Brahma. Those who live in the dark, they come back in cycle of birth and death. They go to heavenly planet and then they come back. So this, what Kapila Muni is explaining, and the 8th chapter what Krishna explains is the same teachings actually. That also shows how Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, they very much correlate here. Then there are those who are mystic yogis. Among mystic yogis, they can either attain Brahman or they can attain Bhagwan realization based on what they meditate on. And there are those who meditate on the Lord, the personal form of the Lord. They go through the sun and attain Vaikuntha. Those who meditate on Brahman, they go through the sun and they attain Brahman realization. Okay. Prabhupada says here, all living entities other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead are very small. Although they may be big by our calculation. We may consider some, like some people as very big and some people as very insignificant, and some people as very, very prominent people. But here Srila Prabhupada says all living entities other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead are very small. although they may be big by our calculation. Everyone is infinitesimal. And therefore, in the Veda, the Supreme Lord is called the Supreme Eternal among all eternals. Everyone is eternal, Krishna says. We were always there in the past, present, and future. But then the scriptures explains Nitya Nityana. Among everyone is Nitya, everyone is eternal. Nityana, among all eternal, he is supreme eternal. So there is clearly a distinction between all living entities and Krishna. Nityana, Chaitanas Chaitana. We are all conscious living entity, but he is a supreme consciousness. Among all the eternal, he is a supreme eternal. Among all those who have consciousness, he is a supreme consciousness. Chaitana Chaitana. Eko Bahuna, he is one among many. Bahu means many. Eko Bahuna means they are unlimited. And he is one. Eko Bahuna, Yoga Dadhati Kama. He is one among the many who maintains one. He is a supreme eternal. He is a supreme consciousness. And he is one among all. And he is the one who maintains all. So there is clearly the distinction between the Supreme Lord Krishna and all the living entities. Prabhupada used to quote this verse many, many times, this particular verse. For some time, I struggled to understand what it means. And then the difference between a living entity and Krishna is that he is the proprietor of the material and spiritual world. We are created and acting, and he is the one, supreme consciousness, supreme eternal, supreme consciousness, and the maintainer of all living entities, and the cause of material and spiritual world. Something that I was recently reading 7th Canto Bhagavatam. I'm just opening the verse. This chapter. And I think verse number 9. There, this is again the discussion between Sukadev Goswami Maharaj Parikshit. This is about what Sri Prabhupada here says. All living entities other than the Supreme Personality of God are very small. Jai Shri Shri Radha Gopi Janavallabh ki jai, Nidai Padupam Hari ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All living entities other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead are very small, although they may be big by our calculation. In that aspect, I thought this is relevant. Sukadev Goswami says, a thoughtful man can understand how much a person is favored by the Supreme Lord by seeing his action. Again, a thoughtful man can understand how much a person is favored by the Supreme Lord by seeing his action. How much we are favored, how much one is favored can be seen by their action. And in the purport, Sri Prabhupada says, to those who are constantly devoted and who worship me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. This is very practical. A teacher instructs the student if the student is capable of taking more and more instructions. Otherwise, in spite of being instructed by the teacher, the student cannot make strides in his understanding. This has nothing to do with partiality. When Krishna says, Tesham Satata Yuktam, Vajatam Priti Purvakam, Dadam Vibhuti Yogam, this indicates that Krishna is prepared to give Bhakti Yoga to everyone, but one must be capable of receiving it. And there is a secret. Thus, when a person exhibits wonderful devotional activities, a thoughtful man understands that Krishna has been more favorable to this devotee. Thus, when a person exhibits wonderful devotional activities, a thoughtful man understands that Krishna has been more favorable to his devotee. This is not difficult to understand. But envious person do not accept that Krishna has bestowed his favor upon a particular devotee in accordance with his advanced position. Such foolish persons become envious and try to minimize the advanced devotees' influence. Everything is happening because of the grace of Krishna. Everything is happening by grace of the Lord. So when we don't see the hand of Krishna, based on how sincerely we are engaged in serving Krishna, or our devotees engage in serving Krishna, Krishna empowers them. Ultimately, we are all insignificant beings, but one is empowered to the extent one remains sincere, one becomes sincere in one's devotional service. Srila Prabhupada says, those who are foolish, when they don't see the hand of Krishna, and then they become envious. But those who are devotees, they see whatever anyone is able to do. They see this devotee is sincere and Krishna is empowering. Ultimately, everything, nothing is in our hand. Our devotee is completely dependent upon the mercy of Krishna. That's why Srila Prabhupada teaches us. Srila Prabhupada says, why chanting Hare Krishna? We should pray, why not? Please keep me engaged in your service. All our devotee desires. Lord Kapila also says that a devotee is not interested in the five kind of liberation. A devotee is always interested in engaging in my devotional service. A devotee just now, the symptom of love is service. A devotee just want to serve. And when the Lord asked the devotee who was serving me, what do you want in return? And a sincere devotee, he says, my Lord, I don't want anything in return. Please keep me engaged in your service. And the satisfaction of a devotee should come from the act of service, not from the results that comes from the service, but from the act of service. Ultimately, everything is meant to be done for the pleasure of Krishna. And whether if we try to work for the pleasure of Krishna, then whether our endeavor, our activities is a success or whether it's a failure, ultimately Krishna is pleased if at all our consciousness remains, my Lord, I'm trying to do this for your pleasure. We see that in the 8th verse of Sikshastikam Mutsav, Vaslishava Padanatam Pinishtam. My Lord, you can embrace me or you can trample upon me or you can deal with me any way you like. I remain your servant eternally. So Prabhupada says this is not difficult to understand, but envious persons do not accept that Krishna has bestowed his favor upon a particular devotee in accordance with his advanced position. We see how much favor Krishna bestowed on Srila Prabhupada and our previous acharyas and what they could do. It is because of the mercy, empowerment that is coming from Sri Krishna. Such foolish persons become envious and try to minimize and advance devotees' activities. This is not Vaishnavism. A Vaishnava should appreciate the service rendered to the Lord by other Vaishnavas. Therefore, a Vaishnava is described in Srimad Bhagavatam as Nirmatsar. Vaishnavas are never envious of other Vaishnavas or of anyone else, and therefore they are called Nirmatsaranam Sata. Rest all the qualities they come from three guna actually. Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamogun. They act and they make us think in various ways. Okay, and then today is also the appearance of Lord Varahadev, Lord Varaha. There are two Varahadev. One is Shweta Varaha. Varaha is the boar incarnation who lifted the earth. So two times the earth fell into the Garbhoda portion. One time during the same day of Brahma. Previously, there was a Manu by the name Chakshusha Manu, and the current Manu is Swayambhuva Manu. No, who is the current Manu? Vaivasvat Manu. So one Varaha appeared in Chakshusha Manu, and one Varaha Dev appeared in um, um, Swayambhuva Manu. So one who appeared in Chakshusha Manu is whitish in complexion, he is called Shvetavaraha. And the one who appeared in uh, Swambhuva Manu, he is dark complexion. So he's either red or blue. He's called either or he's either red or blue. Two kinds of Varaha. Rupa Goswami says in one of the commentary in Srimad Bhagavatam Varadev, he says Sukadeva Goswami combined both the Varaha and combined pastime is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam of Varadev. In one Chakshusha Manu, he came down, he lifted Mother Earth. And in Vaivasat Manu, he lifted Mother Earth and he gave Ramyaksha. So that's all I have for today. If any questions are there, we can take. Otherwise, we can continue. That's all I have.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavats, Shila Prabhupada. Prabhu, I joined late. I'm sorry for that first. Probably, I had a question. When you mentioned, we also hear like our both the boar incarnation, like you also hear the Shvetamanu comes from the nostrils of Brahmaji, right? So
Yes.
is okay. And okay. So can you repeat? Missed that point, Prabhu. What you said. So one lifted Mother Earth and also killed Hiranyaksha. What was the other?
The other one, like one Varaha Mataji, he comes from the ocean. One Varaha, he comes from the nostril of Brahma.
Huh.
So one who comes from nostril of Brahma, he kills Hiranyaksha, and then he also puts Mother Earth on the orbit. And one who comes from ocean, he just picks up Mother Earth. It is said because of universal devastation, Mother Earth again went into the Garbhoja ocean.
Okay.
So it comes from water and just places.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And Rupa Goswami says both the Varaha are combined together in one Leela that is mentioned by Sukadeva Goswami in Bhagavad. Okay, anyone has anything else? Okay, will Andy have something?
What is the significance of Varaha appearance?
So, yeah, every incarnation of Lord is comes to protect Dharma, and because Mother Earth was suffering, because Mother Earth went into the ocean, there was no life in Mother Earth, and then Varaha he picked Mother Earth and he brought back to the orbit. And Mother Earth is also a devotee. She is also considered as one of the three wife of Lord Vishnu. One of them is Bhu. It is also mentioned. There is also a son from Varahadev and Mother Earth. So Varahadev is also, Mother Earth is also considered wife. Everything is very personal. Then one of the pastime that is connected to Varahadev is when Varahadev picked Mother Earth. Then Varahadev came to, in his smaller form, he came to Vishram Ghat. Vishram Ghat is the place where Krishna performed the last rites of Kans. And when he came to Vishram Ghat there, Varahadev instructed Mother Earth various instructions. And that is known as Varahapura. But Varahadev spoke to Mother Earth Vishram Ghat. There is also an instance where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed Varaha avatar to Murari Gupta in his home. Then there is another instance where Lord Krishna showed the Varaha form to the gopis in Vrindavan, and that place is called Varaha Ghat. So there are many things connected to Mahaprabhu, Sri Krishna and Vrindavan. And if we see about Dham, there are three places where Varahadev is mentioned. One is Vishram Ghat, one is Varaha Ghat, and one is, I don't remember, Vararaha. I don't remember the past name that happened. But one of the incarnation of Vishnu.
And why two kinds of Varaha? Like you said, one is in white and the other is in the
Well, twice Mother Earth went down. So Lord came in Varaha incarnation two times. One time in Chakshusha, one time Swayambhuva. One was white and one was red or blue. So just the Lord comes, it says the Lord has unlimited incarnation. And every incarnation of the Lord is transcendental and extremely beautiful and full of the six opulences.
So Prabhuji, only Mother Earth went inside water, no other planets went inside water.
In the Garbhodak, yeah.
So Varahadev came and put everyone in the orbit or only Mother Earth?
Mother Earth.
Then others?
Others didn't go now. Mother Earth.
No, in Devastation, when White Vara came, so Mother Earth went, but lower planets would have also gone, right?
No, it just happened that Mother Earth lost the balance and went.
Oh.
Another time, Hiranyaksha pushed. It is said that he took so much gold from Mother Earth. Mother Earth became very unstable and went down because could not maintain in the orbit. And then both the times the Lord comes to hell. Just
So
like
she automatically lost the balance first
because
time.
of destruction, first time.
Okay.
I don't know the details, but that's what it is mentioned. And the Lord comes in Conte Pratidyanayiname Bhakta Pranashati. The devotee of the Lord never perishes. And the Lord comes from Mother Earth, and the Lord comes whenever we need Him, whenever we are in dire need. The Lord is always there to help. Nature of the Lord. And the Lord's service is just to Lord, it is said, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says Krishna has nothing to gain, but Krishna just reciprocates the love of his devotees. And Krishna just comes to serve. And pure devotees of Lord Krishna are like Haritva. They have the same qualities of Krishna. So just like Krishna, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I have nothing to gain from all this, but I am still doing it. So the devotees also, pure devotees of the Lord, have nothing to gain. They don't do anything for their personal motive, but they are doing it just for the sake of serving the Lord, pleasing the Lord. But others may not be able to see like that, but their consciousness is just for the sake of pleasing the Lord. That's what we want to like bring ourselves to the consciousness. My Lord, I am doing it for your pleasure. If you are pleased, nothing else matters. Krishna is pleased. Everyone is pleased. All right. Okay, thank you all for joining. If I spoke anything wrong, please forgive me as a humble servant. Vanchakal Pataru Vaishya Kripasantu Vaidya Aditana Vaishnava Ananta Koti Vaishnava Jai Shiva Dhanyavad. Sorry.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dhanyavad Pranam.